Good.
Anthony Joshua has officially entered the Jake Paul versus Gervonta Davis storyline, with a surprise visit to Gerona's training camp to help him prepare for the fight. Joshua and Davis didn't just train together. They even had a few light sparring rounds. During those sessions, Joshua used his size and strength to pressure Davis, forcing Tank to rely more on his footwork and defense. As expected, Davis's punches didn't have much effect on the much bigger Joshua, but the skill was there. His slick movement and sharp counterpunches stood out.
Beast mode, let's go.
For most of the sparring, Davis was on the back foot while Joshua controlled the pace. From the instructions Calvin Ford gave ringside, it was clear this might be the same strategy they'll use against Jake Paul. The footage from their sparring hasn't been released, but Joshua later mentioned that he had already been preparing for a Jake Paul fight before it was canceled, so he knows exactly what to expect from Paul inside the ring.
We know he's going to be definitely frustrated. You know, he's slower. You know, his arm reach not that much longer. We just gotta wait and see until we get in there and test the waters. But I'm for sure though that he decent and he gonna hold up for a couple rounds. But once it get hot in there, you know
we know he's definitely going to get frustrated, Davis said. He's slower, his reach isn't that much longer, so we'll just have to wait until we're in there to test the waters. But for sure, he's decent, he'll hold up for a couple of rounds. But once things heat up in there, you know, that's when I take over.
Work this out. Come on, work. Work it. Don't behind it. Run it off. My cat.
The new training footage doesn't just show a boxer in the gym, it shows a fighter reborn. There's more passion, more intensity, and more hunger than we saw in his first bout against Lamont Roach. This isn't just another fight or another title defense, Tank said as the video opened. This is the return of Gervonta "Tank" Davis.
For a very, very big moment. What is your normal day-to-day like at this time of a camp?
I'm also a night person, but I might go to sleep probably around like 3 to 4. Probably wake up probably like 11, get my run in, and then eat, probably lay back down, and then wake up probably like 6 or 7, get my night workout in.
Damn, so you're doing...
Tank's entire routine has changed. His days now start with an early morning run and end with another jog at night. Between those runs, his schedule is packed. Hours of focused gym work and a precisely balanced diet designed to give his body exactly what it needs to build strength and endurance.
Stop cold up and let it go. You turn, step around.
For the first time in a long while, Tank has been intentionally working to add muscle, to hit harder and control his opponents physically. During his fight with Lamont Roach, he realized his punches didn't carry the same power he once had. That moment pushed him to evolve. Now, every part of his training is built around one mission: more power. To beat Jake Paul, Tank knows he has to do everything, absolutely everything, better.
I said, I don't want to say names, be a name dropper, but I seen that man stop 54. I should get some stock in Gervonta Davis for how much I pumped that man up. He earned it. Yeah. But I said,
But you the only one to be real about it. You the only one.
154 pounders. I seen him. I don't want to say names. I'm already a name dropper.
No, we don't do that.
16.
Yeah.
But here's what I tell other people. I said, what you guys don't understand, I love Shakur. I know Shakur for a long time, but at the end of
I know I can beat him, Tank said confidently. I've done it before in the gym against bigger guys. It's not about him, it's about me. I just need to do everything better. That belief is exactly why his training sessions have become more intense, more disciplined, and more complete than ever before. Tank can be seen practicing different punching combinations with his adman, but what truly stands out is the precision. The coordination, the speed, the timing. It all flows together like a perfectly choreographed performance. Critics might still talk about cherry-picking or ducking opponents, but the truth is clear for everyone in boxing to see. Gervonta "Tank" Davis is a master of skill and power. His newly released training footage only reinforces that fact once again.
Oh, there you go. Good body. Oh, there you go. There you go. There you go. There you go. Take deep breath when you walk. Take deep breath. Right.
When it comes to his power, many have said it could easily translate to middleweight given his insane knockout ratio. While Tank's career has often been defined by his punching power, his latest training sessions prove he's got the skill to match it. Some fans complain that he tends to give away the early rounds while studying his opponent, a habit that could cost him against a more technical fighter. But this time, Tank's approach has evolved. He's still focused on his trademark power, but he's also added intensive work on muscle flexibility, strength, and endurance. One major change in his camp: he's now sparring for 15 rounds per partner, and each round lasts 5 minutes. The goal is simple: to build endurance and sharpen his athleticism. Tank has dedicated extra hours to improving his footwork, making his movement smoother and more dynamic, crucial against Jake Paul, who prefers to stay in the pocket and pick his shots. Davis also spends long stretches shadowboxing, hitting the mitts, and working the heavy bag, all to perfect his rhythm, balance, and timing.
He's swinging for the fist.
Despite previously hinting that he was ready to hang up the gloves for good, Tank Davis now looks hungrier than ever. The latest training footage shows a focused, solid, and mentally sharp version of him, far removed from the man who once seemed weighed down by frustration after that controversial draw. This is definitely the most skilled opponent Tank has ever faced, the narrator admitted. Oddsmakers still favor Davis to redeem himself and take care of business on November 14th, but many believe Jake Paul has a real shot. Tank knows exactly what's at stake. If this truly is his last run, he wants to leave the sport on his own terms, and at the very top.
Oh, that's the hook.
It's starting to make sense why Tank trains the way he does. For a man known for his knockout power, his patience in the ring, studying opponents for long stretches feels almost out of character. But it's survival instinct. It's the product of a tough upbringing that taught him caution before aggression. Even when talks of retirement crept in after a disappointing performance, Tank opened up about something deeper, the need for therapy. When asked about his mental health, he admitted that his past had left lasting scars. "I think therapy can really help me heal fully," he said in one interview. It was a rare glimpse into the vulnerability behind the fighter's mask.
We know he's gonna be definitely frustrated. You know, he's slower. You know, his arm reach not that much longer. We just gotta wait and see until we get in there and test the waters. But I'm for sure though that he decent and he gonna hold up for a couple rounds. But once it get hot in there, you know, I think.
But before any retirement talk continues, Tank has one mission left: to handle business against Roach. Recently, he posted a photo on his Instagram story showing himself sparring with a noticeably larger partner. The image quickly went viral and caught Jake Paul's attention. Paul didn't seem impressed, though.
I am too. Retired. I got you.
Gervonta sparring a guy with cancels? Paul mocked on his Instagram story. "Buddy, bring in a real athlete." Paul's confidence might stem from his future ambitions. He and Anthony Joshua were once set to fight in 2026, but the deal collapsed due to broadcast conflicts. Joshua is exclusive to DAZN, while Paul represents Most Valuable Promotions. Still, Paul hasn't let go of the idea. On a recent podcast, he hinted that the Joshua fight could still happen in 2026. Facing a former unified world heavyweight champion with a 28-4 record would be the biggest challenge of his career. A far cry from his previous opponents, who were mostly ex-MMA fighters and crossover athletes. For now, though, any potential fight between Jake Paul and Anthony Joshua seems unlikely. Joshua hasn't been in the ring since suffering a brutal knockout loss to Daniel Dubois at Wembley back in September. His comeback has been delayed yet again, this time due to minor injuries sustained during training. Promoter Eddie Hearn revealed that Joshua will need at least 8 weeks to fully recover. Meanwhile, the heavyweight picture has shifted dramatically. Tyson Fury has announced his retirement, and Dubois is now targeting an undisputed title clash with Alexander Dusky, effectively putting a rematch for the IBF title on hold.
Get some.
Absolutely. Very, very last one. Who wins? Jake Paul or Anthony Joshua?
Jake Paul.
Right.
No, I'm kidding. No, don't cut me off on that. No.
I won't do that to you.
I think it might happen weirdly.
Weirdly, I was starting to think this yesterday. I mean,
Still, promoter Frank Warren, who represents both Fury and Dubois, has reassured fans that Joshua won't be left behind. "We're making these fights happen," Warren told Sky Sports. "Whatever advice Joshua's getting, the majority of the heavyweights are with us now. The door's been taken off its hinges. He just has to walk through it, and we'll make it happen." Warren added that there's no need to rush Joshua back into action. "I know he's had some injury issues, but there's no pressure. He'll decide in his own time what he wants to do, and I'm sure his team will back him all the way."
35 calls at 7 o'clock yesterday morning. I thought it was that.
I listened to Jake Paul's clip, him talking about it, and all this stuff that comes out of Jake Paul's mouth, no one's surprised about it. He was that, regardless of what people think, that situation with Canelo was at some point a real situation there.
No, I thought it, as soon as I went to Mike Tyson, Jake Paul, as soon as that had happened, I was saying to people, I had...
Warren's Queensberry Promotions currently features a stacked link-up of heavyweight talent. Names like Joseph Parker, the WBO interim champion, and Ajit Kabul, the WBC interim champion. With Usyk hinting that he may retire after his next 2 fights, Joshua could still find himself facing one of Warren's rising stars somewhere down the road. But at 35 years old, talk of Joshua's own retirement has already begun. Many believe that if he walks away now, it would mark the end of an unforgettable era for British heavyweight boxing. Warren himself chose not to push Joshua one way or another. That's his choice, Warren said. He's got nothing left to prove.
You know them. I had Lewis Hart, Oscar Bevis, other people. I was talking to them around a table one day, and I was saying, "It'll be Canelo next. Watch, it will be Canelo next." He's pressing the flesh, because Anthony Joshua's not to be impolite to him, scratching his head.
He's been a great servant to British boxing, Warren continued. A two-time world champion who filled arenas and inspired millions. He was riding the wave for a long time, and honestly, he looked to still be on that wave until the Du Bois fight. He had 3 strong wins before that. He showed heart, grit, and determination. But after that rough start, he just never managed to get back on track.
Historically going, could I play the game with that or not? I mean, the truth is, Anthony Joshua is far too big, far too powerful, far too young for Jake Paul. He's going to smash him. He's going to knock him the F out. But what a build-up that would be.
Right, we're going to leave it on there.
I'm not going to take questions, but you want to say a few words.
Firstly, always hold your head high. We took a shot at success and we came short, unfortunately. We rolled the dice, man, for the 3rd time. There's 30 more title fights. Not everyone's been successful, but everyone's been fun and entertaining. We're trying to create history for British boxing, and I think we're doing that. And also I appreciate the press, media, the fans up here, but I thank them for you guys. I'm sure you guys will let them know we appreciate it.
Anthony Joshua is coming off one of the toughest losses of his career, and that defeat has only fueled his fury heading into this next chapter. One thing people often overlook about Joshua is how well he performs against so-called casuals, who try to test their boxing skills against him. After a former UFC heavyweight champion gave Tyson Fury a competitive fight, Joshua faced that same opponent next, and ended things brutally in the 2nd round. If we're being honest, Jake Paul might face a similar fate. He's built a career fighting older men and crossover fighters, but Joshua is a different beast entirely. The British-Nigerian powerhouse might be going through hard times, but even in crisis, Jake Paul doesn't come close. As one commentator put it, even if the British Lion is to fall, it won't be at the hands of a dog.
Pro boxers, because I want to take this more traditional boxing route of moving up into the rankings, fighting professionals, and taking the route to become world champion, like a prospect of my caliber would be doing.
Is there risk with that though? Like, why do that? Like, I remember when
Things escalated quickly when Jake Paul shocked the boxing world by calling out Anthony Joshua last week, and immediately had to deny being under the influence when he made the challenge. The YouTuber-turned-boxer declared his intentions on his show, BS with Jake Paul, saying he genuinely believes he can beat the 2-time world heavyweight champion. "I love you, Anthony. We're friends and all that, but I want to fight you," Paul said. "I'll beat Canelo. I'll beat a lot of people. Joshua doesn't have a chin. He's stiff. He's got no skill." Joshua, now 35, hasn't fought since his loss to Daniel Du Bois in September, while the 28-year-old Paul last stepped into the ring in November, earning a surprising win over former heavyweight champion Mike Tyson.
I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy. Like, if I'm someone that runs, like what you said about, like, am I being myself now? I'll just always keep it 100. Like, if I'm...
Earlier this year, rumors swirled about a possible May showdown between Jake Paul and Mexican superstar Canelo Alvarez. But those talks quickly died once Canelo signed an exclusive deal with the Riyadh season events. So when Jake Paul suddenly called out Anthony Joshua, the internet went into meltdown. Even his brother Logan Paul couldn't believe it. In a recent vlog titled "My Brother is Fighting Anthony Joshua," Logan is seen confronting Jake mid-flight, trying to make sense of it all. Logan asked bluntly, "When you called out Anthony Joshua, were you on meds?" Jake laughed and replied, "No, I don't do that stuff, but I would if you've got some." The exchange quickly went viral, highlighting just how far Jake Paul's ambitions or delusions have come.
You go and take lead. Like, I've always let my coach lead. Like, whatever he thinks he should do. Ask Derek, the only thing I will dictate on is me wanting to do more. So that's probably the only thing I'll ever ask him to do. Oh, can we do one more round on this? Can we do one more round on that? Like, I'm not dictating writing out a program like at 8 o'clock at night when I should be in bed resting.
The conversation between the Paul brothers quickly intensified when the WWE superstar pressed further. Why did you even do that? Logan asked. Jake didn't hesitate. He revealed his true ambition, to become the heavyweight champion of the world, before taking yet another dig at Joshua. His chin's gone, Jake said flatly. Logan jumped in immediately to defend the British star. Yeah, but he's still Anthony Joshua. Jake just smirked and fired back. He's stiff. No rhythm, no skill, no power.
So we shall see. It's a big tease, I think. I think it's a big tease, but there's a weird, even just kind of projecting it. If Tyson Fury saw Anthony Joshua in the ring with Jake Paul, it might just tempt him.
The Maverick then questioned whether his brother was actually serious. You're serious about fighting him? Jake, overflowing with confidence, didn't blink. Yeah, it's in 2026, we already talked. Logan couldn't help but laugh before complimenting his brother's fearless attitude. Congrats on having such massive balls. And being super rich, he joked. But not everyone was amused. Boxing promoter Eddie Hearn voiced serious doubts about the fight ever happening, or even being allowed. The 45-year-old promoter was blunt. I don't think any commission in the world should allow that fight, he told a podcast.
Anthony Joshua against Jake Paul. Please put this to bed or light the fire. What's going on?
I mean, sorry. This is the first time I've spoken about the fight. To be honest, like, I look at it and I think Jake Paul against Anthony Joshua. I mean, look, for me, we'd do it for the banter. Do you know what I mean? Like, AJ would fight Jake Paul. He'd fight anyone, to be honest with you. And if Jake Paul wants to step up and fight Anthony Joshua, he'll need the relevant insurance.
Hearn didn't hold back. We just watched Jake Paul fight a 60-year-old Mike Tyson. That was ridiculous. Jake's an active cruiserweight nowhere near world level. Honestly, I thought it was disgusting. Speaking to reporters, Hearn added, Jake might be crazy enough to do it, because all he thinks about is the money. Sure, the payday for fighting AJ would be massive, but he doesn't seem to understand the medical consequences of getting in the ring with someone like Joshua.
You know, the only thing that was disappointing was he says 2026. I'll do it in 2025 if you really want to do it. You're not going to get really much better at this stage, but I don't know, those two have spoken. I spoke to AJ this morning. He went, listen, of course, I'd fight. I mean, you know, if the question was asked to Jai, would you fight Jake Paul? And there was...
I wouldn't fight him, I'd bash him.
Yeah. Listen, Jake creates massive events, right? You know that's going to create, like, unbelievable viewership, and no disrespect to Jake Paul. It's a straightforward night's work.
As of now, Anthony Joshua has yet to confirm his next fight following that brutal knockout loss to Daniel Dubois last September. And that's all for now. For the latest updates, exclusive moments, and behind-the-scenes stories from the world of boxing, make sure you're subscribed to our channel and turn on notifications so you never miss a drop. Until next time, peace out.